I want to go over some trucking terminology I need you to know. First, 10-4. That means I understand, I got it, copy that. Huge in trucker language. Number 2, a BOL. A BOL is a bill of lading. Drivers do not carry these around with them. A shipper is required to give it to the driver for him to be able to pick up your load. A shipper is the place you pick it up at. A consignee is the place that you're taking it to. I need you to get familiar with what a PO number is, a pickup number, a delivery number, and also on a rate confirmation or load tender, whichever one you call it, from your broker. That's where you both agree to the pricing. Well, they will have their own number assigned. You need to reference that in order to get paid. I need you to know what a commodity is. Whether you're doing a van or reefer or whatnot, you need to know what's going to be on the truck. Especially in vans, you want to make sure this stuff is palletized, not floor loaded. Floor loaded stuff takes a long time to unload and load again. And it's very time consuming, so you always want to ask what it is that's going on the truck. You want to ask what your weights are. There seriously are some trucks that can only haul so much weight. So make sure that you ask your drivers what's the maximum weight they can hold and ask the right questions. There is a thing called a truck order not used. Some people call that a TONU. Let's say that a shipper just decided that they're not going to ship once you get there, or that it's been given to somebody else. The broker will pay you like $150 to actually sacrifice for your time. And it's very important that you get that, because it may be a time of the day where you can't salvage that truck. So you want to make sure that you communicate effectively and get that for them. You have detention time. In this industry, it's standard 2 hours on the delivery and the load at the shipper. What I do is I notify the broker an hour and a half in at any place. Be like, look, we've been here this long. We're going to go into detention in 30 minutes. And I give them an ample opportunity to say, hey, this guy's endorsed such and such. That way he can go ahead and get them rolling. If at all possible, to save that driver any more time, because they would rather go and roll than to sit there and wait. But I do that as a courtesy, so that way I have a paper trail. And that way we can make sure we get paid those detention charges. Layover. That is going to be between you and your driver 9 times out of 10. If you're getting too far into the detention, I have seen this happen, that they actually decide to not try to pay you that detention, so they'll try to offer you a layover instead. A layover is $250 usually, and that's usually between you and your driver if you want to stay on that load or if you want to try to do something else. It's really hard once they start loading the truck to get them to take something off, so sometimes you're just stuck. But the sooner you communicate, the better off you're going to be on getting those things done. You also have Osmd issues that arise. Osmd is over, short, and damages. Sometimes you can get paid to return the shipper or to take it down the street to an LTL carrier, just depending on exactly what you have. So because there's a process in Osmd, you have to give them a time to make arrangements of what they want to do with it. You can't just dispose of Osmd because that's what you want to do. But a lot of places that you go for a reload will not actually let you reload the truck with anything on it. So you have to be very delicate with Osmd, but you have to handle it properly. Claims are huge in this industry, and it's just some of those things that I want people to understand. There's also a time where a driver will get somewhere and they will not want him to be present while they're loading. And when they get through loading it, they'll call them up to get the trailer, and they've already sealed it. And what I do is I call and ask the broker if we can remove the seal. Sometimes removing the seal is a deal breaker, so they won't let you. But if a driver turns over a pallet or something, they're going to want you to have to restack it. So nobody wants to restack a pallet. Nobody gets paid to restack pallets. So with that being said, that's very time consuming. So you have to take all these things into effect whenever you're dealing with situations of OSMD. I wanted to go over some of this terminology. There is a thing called a power only, a bobtail, same thing. But with a power only driver, he has to have an interchange agreement to be able to pull somebody else's trailer. So these are some of the terminologies I wanted to go over. I'd love to hear in the comments what you have to say, what you would suggest adding to this, and anything that we can do to make this world keep on rocking and rolling. If you need any information, you can reach me at Jmaddox at jlmaddoxtransportsolutions.com. Thanks and have a great day.